Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin was a naturalist and geologist. He was born in the Mount Shrewsbury, Shropshire in England on February 12, 1809. His father's name was Robert Darwin and mother's name was Susanna Darwin. His father was a doctor and financier by profession, and mother was a physician. He was the first of 6 children. He attained his basic education from September 1818 at Anglican Shrewsbury School before attending the University of Edinburgh Medical School. He first presented his discovery on March 27, 1827 at the Palladium, where he argued that the black spores found in oyster shells were in actuality the eggs of escaped leech.
His lack of interest in medical studies led his father to enroll him at the Christ College to attain a Bachelor of Arts degree. He despised mainstream education and showed a profound interest in botany. He graduated with a distinction in 1831. In 1831, Darwin set sail on the HMS Beagle, a naval survey ship. Darwin was there to collect plants and animal specimens from the countries and islands the ship visited. The voyage took 5 years. For Charles Darwin, the most important part of the journey was the time spent in the Galapagos Islands. These islands are the home to plants and animals that can be found anywhere else in the world. Darwin noticed that each of different islands was home to a different type of tortoise.
Darwin was married to his first cousin, Emma Wedgwood, in the year 1839. At the age of 29, the couple had 10 children. When the Beagle returned to England and Darwin began to study the specimens he had collected in more detail, he realized that the differences in finches of the Galapagos Islands followed a similar pattern to those he had observed in the tortoises. The finches from all of the islands were similar, but birds from different islands had different beaks. Darwin started to study other animals and plants, and he began to piece together his theory of natural selection, which explains how populations evolve. Darwin didn't publish his findings straight away because he knew that they would be extremely controversial and upset many people. On the Origin of Species finally came out in 1859. It was a massive talking point because it challenged the truth of the creation story found in the Bible.
Today, Darwin's theory of natural selection has been accepted as scientific fact, and new fossils discoveries are constantly adding to our knowledge of the different stages of evolution. Darwin appeared on United Kingdom 10 pounds notes, and a statue of him has been placed in the main hall of London's National History Museum. In 1858, after 2 decades of scientific investigation, he introduced his revolutionary theory of evolution. More than 120 species have been named after Darwin. He died on April 19, 1882, in Downhouse, Kent, England, at the age of 73 due to angina attack and heart failure.
Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin was a naturalist and geologist.